some of the stuff that we've been working on recently here. Still working on, you know, the vegetation down in this corner. Did get some homemade bushes and shrubs put in there. Still looks a little on the green side. Haven't gotten around to getting the dead stuff in. Still need to add to the height of things. Got some bushes made and planted and growing kind of up the embankments. Got a lot more to go. Got a couple different tones in there. That's like a gray tone bush in an oxide coat of brownish red bush. We're gonna make some that have like black, you know, black and more of a blackish bark to them. Got the Vetter sash and door, getting it to the point where I'm starting to come around it. You know, the Menard stuff is a little play, so this is gonna get all weathered, and this really limey green grass is gonna go by the wayside. Got to tie it in back down there. You can see I'll probably have a bunch of weeds and dirt and debris. Not sure. I'm probably gonna have like a ballasted, you know, kind of run through where they bring in the raw materials. And then this through here, this is all going to be track level. I have to decide if I'm going to do concrete or if I'm going to make it asphalt, like what you see here in the road, pardon the debris in the road. This will probably be a little bit of a parking lot effect, but mostly it's going to be a dirt yard, like I said, where there's going to be heavy equipment. Started working on this rock wall over here, kind of turning it at a weird angle here, but just have, you know, a bunch of different kind of rocky debris down at the bottom. Now this is going to have all kinds of vegetation and weeds and underbrush growing up, you know, kind of through this area as we come off the track. Did a little experimentation here, and you've probably seen this in the videos. I never really talked about it. These are spent coffee grinds. And what I've discovered is I initially put these down dry, and then, you know, just treated them like ground cover, put them down dry, alcohol as a wetting agent, and then diluted PVA or Elmer's glue. But I'll tell you, even though these are spent coffee grounds and they've been roasted and dried and all that and then frozen, there's always going to be residual oil in that stuff, and it makes it real hard for the glue and everything to get saturated. So moving forward, when I use this stuff for ground cover, initial ground cover, I'm just gonna mix it all up in one big bucket and then spread it on like I do the roads. I did put down another road here in the back. Let's see if I can get up there without killing myself. Started to lay some asphalt back in here. So this is gonna be a road that's just gonna kind of go through a portal back in there. You can sort of see back into there. It goes to nowhere. I'm gonna have a building flat back in here that'll be lit, and then this is gonna be a, you know, it's gonna be most likely like a cut out of the hillside that we have up above here. And then I think I've made the decision right now. I've got a couple bumpers over here, but I think I've made the decision that I'm gonna connect these two so that I have a runaround track to get back through here. I think that's what I want to do. The only thing I have to consider is, am I gonna make it go through another tunnel? Or, being that this is supposed to be industrial over here, am I gonna put some sort of building or alleyway there, something that makes it look like it's, you know, cutting through some industry? I give that some thought, but pretty happy with how this stone embankment is turning out. Still have a long ways to go, a lot of paint work to do, a lot of weeds and vegetation to put in there, but I think it'll look really cool. I kind of got the vision in my head of what it's going to look like when I'm done. I think that'll be pretty nice. Another cool thing, my brother and I, like I told you in the last video, we're working on some gondolas for our scrapyard. He made a actual homemade scrap load for this gondola, which is, this is an MTH gondola. This was one of the MTH gondolas that had, you know, had their stock scrap load in it. So since he wasn't going to use that, I took it and I've got it at my place, and I've been painting it and adding to it. So I think I got it painted to the degree that I like it. And now I'm gonna add some pieces of scrap to the top of it. It'll just give it a little bit different look than what we have going on here. But this looks great, and it's removable. It comes right out, pulls right out, so it can be transferred between cars or used in between. But he did a really nice job on that. I was actually running the Pennsylvania Atlas Master Pennsylvania SD40s. These are not -2s, these are SD40s. Beautiful locomotives. Might be the best looking locos that I have in my collection. These run so nice and they pull so strong. This one powered unit was pulling 2 dummies and 15 freight cars on its own, up 3.5%. And it did it for about an hour. I think it was getting a little warm there at the end of the hour, so I shut her down. Didn't want to overwork it. It's got a little heat. It's a little bit warm. It's not hot. It's not melty. It's just warm. They do run nice. They do run nice, and they're beautiful. They're so proportionate in scale. When you have these next to anybody's SD40-2, the look of these just absolutely blows away any version of an SD40-2 that anybody else has on the market right now. Brother is still working on the mill. The mill is coming along great. A lot of stuff going on with that. I'm up here just briefly. I did some track work, just testing this spot right here. A little bit of a voltage drop across this, so you might be able to see. I just went ahead and I just got some flux and put some solder between these joints. It's a little bit ugly here on camera. It's not very noticeable otherwise. And actually, up here in this corner, every locomotive coming through this corner was struggling a little bit. And I knew there was a voltage drop. I could see it on the Z4000's meter. So tested all this track up here, and it actually found a bad piece of track. So we could still use this in a siding or something where there's not going to be any locos running over it. But yeah, power goes in one side but doesn't come out the other. So can't figure out why that is. Don't really care, to be honest with you. It's a couple $1 piece of fast track, 10-inch section of fast track. So we'll just use that in a yard or something. And I'm not going to be too worried about it moving forward. I'm glad I found that because it was starting to drive me nuts. Actually, down here, got 2 switches back to back right here. And I noticed a pretty good voltage drop across these switches. The more modern locomotives don't have much of an issue with it, but these older TMCC struggle a little bit across this. This SD40, the pickup rollers are just the perfect spacing for that switch to give it a little bit of issue. So gonna have to figure out, probably gonna drop a couple more power leads over here just to get that signal up as strong as possible. But this little building flat right here, I have decided I'm gonna take this with me. I'm gonna weather it up. It looks awfully brand new, but I'm gonna put it back here, have like a little kind of, little business kind of like tucked right under what will be that bridge right there as it comes into the yard. I'm gonna bring that asphalt right there, right past this Menard's vetter door and sash. And then I don't know if I'm gonna keep an asphalt through here or if I'm gonna go with concrete. One way or the other. It'll be some sort of, kind of rail level yard. But in any case, just wanted to give everybody a quick update. Hope everybody's having a great weekend. Thanks for visiting us here at the Lake Erie Midwestern. Happy railroading, everybody. Take care.